Britney Spears and
it's really shocked me this morning.
Shocking statements from her son, her youngest son.
Didn't it you when you saw this?
Absolutely. But, I mean, one, we always say this when we see the kids that they have grown up. They literally, we have
we saw them
watched them grow up. And her youngest, Jayden, said some really shocking things about his mother's future in music.
And his grandfather.
About his grandfather. Now, you remember last year, Jayden's older brother, Sean, had a dispute with his grandfather, but Jayden now...
This is Jamie Spears we're talking about,
yes.
Who is the conservator of Britney Spears. And after what you just mentioned, this altercation where Jamie supposedly laid hands on him, there was a restraining order. He temporarily removed himself as a personal conservator of Britney. Yep. So it's been difficult.
It has definitely been a challenge, and you can tell that it's still something that is on Jayden's mind. 13-year-old Jayden went on Instagram Live, and he said this about Jamie, and then also talked about Britney's music career and the possibility of maybe retirement.
I'm releasing new music soon. Have you heard it? Actually, I haven't seen her doing a lot of music at all. I remember one time I asked her, Mom, what happened to your music? And she was like, I don't know, honey, I think I might just quit it. I'm like, what? What are you saying? Like, do you know how much bank you make off of that stuff? Like, God. Is your grandpa a jerk? Yeah, he's pretty big. He's pretty gay. Yeah, he can go die.
I mean, I don't know what to say about that. That is...
Yikes. I mean, no excuse for the language. You remember, though, it was a few months ago when Jamie allegedly put hands on Jayden's brother. So clearly there's been a lot behind the scenes that's gone on that we don't know about between the kids and Grandpa. But nonetheless, to say it that way as a 13-year-old kid just isn't right.
Yeah, and it sounds like he's been spending, I'm not saying this, by the way, I'm not putting this on Kevin, but just something that Jayden said, that he's going to be going to visit his mom in a couple of months. And we knew that the boys were spending more time.
Yeah, we said that. We've reported that.
With Kevin.
A lot more time, by the way.
This sounds like, you know, they're really there. He also talked about Kevin. He had glowing things to say about his father. In fact, I think he said, my dad is literally Jesus.
He did. And I think there are a couple of things that are interesting about this. One is that, you know, we have told you that Britney's been having a rough time. And, you know, she's been posting videos of her dancing and everything else. But the bottom line is that the last year and a half have been really difficult. And part of it has to do with the medicines that she's taking. But she has had a difficult time. There's been a difficulty with the conservatorship, difficulty raising the kids because she's having her own struggles. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons Kevin has kind of taken over this way. And we even told you that she may never record again. She may never perform again. Yeah. That was a story.
Sounds like it's been a conversation in their house.
Inside the house. I mean, so all of this stuff kind of connects.
Yeah. By the way, Jayden, one of the things he said he wanted to get 5,000 followers. This is essentially, you got to remember, this is a teenage kid.
No. He said, if I get 5,000 followers, I'm going to give you the real lowdown. Yeah.
Right. He didn't get there. He was at, I think last we checked, he was about 2,000 something. So
that's weird, isn't it? That he couldn't get 5,000, which is the linchpin to Britney Spears. Right. That's crazy to me.
But his account is now private, and I would imagine that there's been a conversation with at least Dad, if not Mom yet.
Yeah, and especially with homophobic remarks.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so anyway, the dust has not settled. No. Let's put it that way.
It's Lee Jackson, Vancouver, BC. Man, I hope Britney Spears can really get it together because, you know, I'm a fan of hers, and I hope that she can, you know, kind of evolve into the later part of her life and maybe step away from music if that's what she wants to do. It's unfortunate for a kid that he's surrounded by people like that with his grandfather, but, you know, it sounds like his dad's doing a great job of raising him. So, you know, props to K-Fed.
Hey, Lee, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If you're talking about Britney Spears in her 30s as, okay, the rest of her life, how would you characterize me?
It's a very Harvey, you're doing a great job, man. You're doing a great job of doing what you do. You know what I mean? So